This is India's map. You have seen it your entire life. In your school textbooks, your geography exams, on the walls of government offices. But in June 2020, Nepal's parliament passed a law saying this piece of India is theirs. And in October 2025, Bangladesh's head of government gave a Pakistani general a book whose cover showed India's entire northeast, 8 states, as part of Bangladesh. 2 neighbors, 2 maps, both showing parts of India as someone else's country. Nepal went further. We printed the disputed territory on their currency. Every time a Nepali buys a cup of tea, they pay with a note that says this piece of India is theirs. The greater Bangladesh map shows West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, all shown in green, all shown as Bangladesh. This is not fringe. This is not just social media. This is being promoted by people in positions of power. The Invalid is not going to tell you how to feel about this. We are going to show you the data, the treaties, the history, the economics, the stakes, and the most important question of all, why is this happening now in 2024 and 2025? What changed? The answer is more complex than any news channel has stopped long enough to explain. Let us start with Nepal, because the Nepal dispute is the older one. And to understand it, you need to go back 210 years. 4th March 1816. The Sugauli Treaty is signed between the British East India Company and the Kingdom of Nepal. The treaty ends the Anglo-Nepalese War. It defines the western border of Nepal as the Kali River, also called the Mahakali. Article V of the treaty states, all territories east of the Kali River belong to Nepal. Simple enough. Except for one problem. Where exactly does the Kali River begin? Nepal's position, the Kali River originates at Limpiadhura. If that is the source, then Kalapani, Lipu Lake, and the entire area east of that point falls inside Nepal. Total approximately 335 square kilometers. India's position, the Kali River originates from a smaller stream called Pankhapet, much further south, near Kalapani village. Under India's interpretation, Kalapani, Lipu Lake, Limpiadhura are all west of the true source, and therefore, in India, critically different historical maps show different interpretations. The 1827 British East India Company map, Limpiadhura as source. The 1927 Survey of India map excludes Kalapani from Nepal. 2 official British era maps, 2 different answers. This is why the dispute has survived 210 years. For decades, the dispute simmered but never boiled. India controlled the area. Nepal protested occasionally. Both sides lived with the ambiguity. Then, 8th May 2020, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh virtually inaugurated an 80 KILOMetre road connecting Dharchula, Uttarakhand, to the Lipu Lake Pass, the gateway to Tibet. This road passed through the disputed territory without consulting Nepal. Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, already under domestic political pressure, already warming to China as a counterweight to India, had the perfect moment to act. On 20th May 2020, Nepal released a new official map of Nepal, showing Kalapani, Lipu Lake, and Limpiadhura as sovereign Nepali territory. On 13 June 2020, Nepal's parliament passed the bill to give this map constitutional status. The vote UNANIMS. Not one MP voted against it. India's response, India's NA spokesperson, such artificial enlargement of territorial claims will not be accepted by India. It is not based on historical facts and evidence. Diplomatic deadlock, no talks held since. Nepal escalated further in November 2025, printing the map on their currency. The strategic stakes WHY this matters. Kalapani is not just 335 square kilometers of mountains. It sits at the tri-junction, the point where India, Nepal, and China meet. Whoever controls Lipu Lake Pass controls, gives the primary trade route from India to Tibet, gives the Mansarovar Yatra pilgrimage route for thousands of Hindus annually, gives a strategic high-altitude position monitoring Chinese movements, India has maintained ITBP Indo-Tibetan Border Police presence in Kalapani continuously since 1962. Giving it up would create a vulnerability India cannot afford. Here is what makes Nepal's territorial assertiveness remarkable. India accounts for 65% of Nepal's total merchandise trade. Nepal's top exports, cardamom, carpets, iron, go to India. India provides almost 100% of Nepal's petroleum supplies. When India imposed sanctions in 1989 during a previous dispute, Nepal's GDP growth crashed from 9.7% to 1.5% in 1 year. Nepal knows this dependency, and yet it is making territorial claims against India. Why? Because China changed the equation. Since 2015, China has become Nepal's largest source of FDI. China has committed $8 billion in BRI infrastructure to Nepal. When you have an alternative, you negotiate differently. That is the China factor this video will return to. The Bangladesh story is different from Nepal. Nepal's claim is about a specific treaty and a specific river. Bangladesh's claim is about something older, larger, and more dangerous. What is Greater Bangladesh? The Greater Bangladesh concept refers to a narrative pushed historically by certain religious extremist groups that claims the territory of what they call Natural Bengal should be united under Bangladesh. This Natural Bengal in extremist maps gives West Bengal, including Kolkata, gives all 7 sister states, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh Peace Promise, gives parts of Bihar and Jharkhand, gives Arakan Rakhine state from Myanmar. This is not a fringe internet map. In December 2025, a post titled "The Natural Borders of Bengal" went viral after being shared by Bangladeshi political figures. It showed all of the above in green as Bangladesh. It is important to be precise here. The Greater Bangladesh narrative comes primarily from radical Islamist groups and political extremists. It does not represent the official position of the Bangladesh government, past or present. But here is what does represent official action, what Yunus government actually did, the verified facts. Incident 1, 25th October 2025. Muhammad Yunus, head of Bangladesh interim government, gifted Pakistani General Sahir Shamshad Mirza a book titled Art of Triumph. The book's cover featured a map showing India's northeastern states as part of Bangladesh. This was not an accident. This was a diplomatic gift, shared publicly on Yunus's own social media. India's response? No official comment initially. Then, India cancelled the transshipment agreement, allowing Bangladeshi goods to pass through India to Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar. Incident 2, May 2025, Major General retired Fazlur Rahman, a close AIDA of Yunus, publicly stated that Bangladesh should collaborate with China to occupy India's northeastern states if India attacked Pakistan. This was said after the Pahalgam attack that killed 26 Indian civilians. Incident 3, December 2024, Nahidul Islam, another Yunus associate, shared a Greater Bangladesh map showing West Bengal, Tripura, and Assam as Bangladeshi territory. The post generated massive backlash before being deleted. These are not anonymous social media accounts. These are associates of Bangladesh's head of government. That distinction matters enormously. To understand WHY the Greater Bangladesh narrative, the B, is taken seriously by India's defense establishment, you need to understand the Siliguri corridor, also called the Chicken's Neck, a strip of land in North Bengal, approximately 22 kilometers wide. This 22K ILO-METR strip is the only land connection between mainland India and its entire northeast. 8 states, 46 million people, hundreds of thousands of military personnel. Nepal is to the north of the Chicken's Neck. Bangladesh is to the south. Both countries border this 22-kilometer bottleneck. Indian defense white papers have documented any expansion of hostile territory from either side toward this corridor could strategically sever India's northeast from the rest of the country. That is why Greater Bangladesh maps are not dismissed as noise. They are studied in South Block every time they appear. The golden period that ISNOW over Modi-Hasina meetings, infrastructure projects, friendship bridge. For 15 years under Sheikh Hasina, India and Bangladesh had what both sides called the Sonali Adhyay, the golden period. Gives India extended 7.9 billion US dollars in lines of credit. Gives rail, road, and energy connectivity projects. Gives Bangladesh received Indian petrol, cotton, vehicles, machinery. Gives India Bangladesh trade peaked at 13.5 billion US dollars annually. Gives anti-India insurgent groups operating from Bangladesh were cracked down upon. Then August 2024, student uprising. Hasina fled to India. Yunus took charge. And within weeks, the India-Bangladesh relationship changed fundamentally. Bangladesh began deepening ties with Pakistan, historically its enemy. China's influence expanded rapidly. Indian projects were stalled. 11 Indian-funded projects in Bangladesh were dropped due to disputes. And a Pakistani general received a map with India's northeast colored green.